Hey,
Hey, how you
well,
doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good, good.
Um, we are farmers. I'm
I like
sorry.
no.
No,
That plays in my head more often than you would probably want to know. Like anytime
me
anyone
too.
says farmers, I'm always like, "We are farmers," and they're like, "Why are you saying that?"
Bump, 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 bump,
Yeah,
bump.
just comes out.
uh, yeah, it absolutely does. Well, my name is Katie, and
Yay!
that's the name I'm gonna go with.
And then I'm Amy, and I'll go with that because that's the one people know the most.
That's the one people
Yeah.
know. Yeah, and we are the Storytelling Sidekicks.
Woo!
That's the name we came up with. So I think that suits us. It suits us and who we are.
I like it. Are we each other's sidekick? Is that how that I'm your psychic and you're
Yeah,
mine? Or
y-
I'm just kidding.
yeah.
I like
There's
that.
no there's no head person
Right?
here.
There's no main character.
There's no main character. We're just
We're
us.
together. We're
We're like Pain and Panic,
yeah, no, I like no, I like that's great.
but in a more positive way. Like
Right.
not annoying little demon trolls.
Have you heard of frickin' frack? That's another thing that people say. I know a lot of people haven't heard of that.
I don't know who's freaking. I
Okay.
mean,
It's
I think I've heard of it, but
hilarious
tell me.
thing because my whole life, and I'm old, so like people have been saying frickin' frack to me, and I just thought it was like I knew someone who had cats and named them frickin' frack, and then
Oh my
anytime
goodness.
they were brother cats named frickin' frack,
Hmm.
and then but it's just like a thing, like two people that are always kind of joined at the hip. It's like, oh, there they
Okay.
come, frickin' frack. And you're like, okay, that's kind of weird, but whatever. And like, I learned literally yesterday that they were actually a thing. They were like a Swedish figure skating duo,
Yeah,
and they
I'm
were named
looking them up
frickin'
right
frack.
now.
And I was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
why is that really a thing and not just something weird that people say? Anyway,
No, seriously.
so now I'm like, okay, well, now there's a reference for it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
Literally
know
learn
how I went
something
my
new
whole
every
life
day.
not knowing that, and I don't know how that was.
I I don't know. Yeah, I
You did.
literally am learning about this for the first time. Like I think I've heard of frickin' frack for sure, but
Oh,
no, like so okay. According to Wikipedia, they are a comedic ice skating duo of Swiss skaters who went to
Swiss.
the United States in 1937 and joined the original Ice Follies show. I didn't even know there's an Ice Follies show. And their real names are not even Frick or Frack. Frick was Werner
Hmm.
Grobley, and he actually died in 2008. So
Oh
he
wow.
was around for quite some time. And then Frack was Hans Rudy Mock? I don't even know.
Crazy.
But he died in like 1979.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
So
Now I got
apologies to Swiss and Swedish people for getting them confused, but there's I
yeah.
guess
Oh my
brain was
goodness.
just like
So
whatever. Same thing.
right.
I know, right? We're
Now I'm
going down
looking
a
at the
rabbit
Ice
hole.
Follies, and it was formerly known as the Shipstads Johnson and Ice Follies. It's a touring ice show featuring elaborate production numbers, which would include comedic duo.
Carefully.
How do you do comedy on the ice? Like, do you just
um
fall? Is that a thing?
I don't
Like,
know. I mean, there's probably some like slapstick happening in that. Platfalls. I mean, if it's yeah,
probably
two
right. Oh
dudes,
my
like I
goodness.
mean, that's just a joke
And
by
also,
itself.
yeah, on my deep dive on Wikipedia, real quick, the production company is now called Ice Follies and Holiday on Ice Incorporated, a subsidiary of Entertainment, which produces the
Hmm.
shows under the Disney on Ice. Now, I've seen a few
Never.
Disney on Ice, and I have never heard of. and like
Yeah.
and
I know,
ice
totally
follies or
random
whatever.
aside, but I
Like
just, I couldn't believe
that
that
is
that was a
wild.
real thing. And I needed to share it with someone and have it outside of my brain. Yeah.
There you go. Now I have it in my brain, and we could
Yeah.
share that together with
Look it up. It's
our
real.
new followers who are listening to us, obviously.
We're freaking
Look at us. Look at us.
comedy on
Frickin'
ice.
frack. Pain and panic.
We
We're
just
the
changed the name
storytelling
to that.
sidekicks. There you go.
Yeah. Freaking crack comedy on ice.
You want to change the
We do
name to
comedy
frickin'
very
frack?
carefully
No.
to not injure ourselves.
Very, very, very carefully. Oh my
No.
goodness. Excuse
Yeah.
me. I do have a stuffy nose, y'all. Don't mind me. I know. I still can't believe that I got sick. Well, okay. So this is how I think I got sick, but so like according to, we're recording today, but like last week from
Yeah, I think you're
today
right.
was Easter weekend, I believe, or well, just about maybe Easter, yeah, something like that. And or maybe it was before that. But either way, I was with a bunch of kids,
No.
and y'all know that kids cannot stay healthy
Always.
to save their lives. They are always sick. And because they're always sick and you're around these kids, you get sick. But I did spend some time at a friend's
Oh, that'll do
house
it.
in a hot tub outside while it was raining. So
The deadly
maybe I got
combo.
sick by that as well. I don't know. It was something. I definitely took a gamble and was like, this is fine. It wasn't like it was pouring rain out. It was
Sometimes,
just simply,
when you have the opportunity to use
drizzling.
a hot tub,
So
you just jump at it, regardless of what the weather is like. I know that for myself. Like, freezing cold weather.
yeah.
Like, even, maybe.
There you go.
Just throwing it out there. I know people who do that. If I'm in a hot tub, probably
you don't
not.
mind being in freezing cold weather.
And of every other circumstance, no, thank you. No, I when you said, if you don't mind me saying that when you had to be on cold medicine, which is a good thing to do when you're sick, but I immediately thought like, oh yeah, like I cannot function on cold medicine. I can't do it. Like I shouldn't work when I'm on cold medicine because I realized that there's like a lot of cognitive dissonance. Like I don't know if it's the other person or me, like if I read their email wrong or they read my email wrong and I don't know what's going on and like I can't figure out. It's just better if I just don't function for a couple days and just leave planet Earth until I'm better, because just interacting with me on cold medicine is just kind of like, okay, me, go in your little sick tent, leave us be.
Well,
is that how you feel?
They do say that we shouldn't operate heavy machinery when we're on cold medicine. So, like, I feel like if I was on cold medicine, I wouldn't touch anything that's hard. What is it? Hard machinery. So that could mean anything to me though, because like I don't work with hard machinery or tough machinery.
Right. I think that's what they mean.
But I know
like,
I wouldn't
you wouldn't
operate
run a
my
forklift,
vehicle. I guess
obviously,
my car.
but you probably shouldn't drive your car either.
I think that's what they. I mean, I feel like if like my brain would be in that state of mind where I would think I could use a forklift. Like I wouldn't be, held back by my what's it called? Like what's it called?
Exactly.
I don't know, inhibitions. Like I wouldn't be held back. So I would literally be like, I think I could do this because I'd be like,
well,
so
that would be
probably
drugs. Dangerous. I mean, I probably shouldn't operate a stapler when I'm, on cold medicine. That's pretty considered, I don't know, light machinery.
What harm would you do with
saying,
a stapler?
I was trying to think of a machine that isn't heavy machinery, like a stapler or a pencil sharpener. So yeah, nothing. Just
don't use a pencil
not even
sharpener.
Use my phone. It's just stay far away from me.
You might confuse. Pens
oh no, I wouldn't want to do
that.
That would be bad.
It's inky. Speaking of ink, I saw a weird video the other day. Well, not really weird, but like it was a video that was floating around TikTok and Instagram of this guy who was rubbing squid
Mm,
ink in his hands. And like after a
mm.
week, like he had it all over his hands and arms. And I thought to myself, well, squid ink isn't permanent. So if I ever really wanted to get a tattoo, I would just use squid ink just to test it out real quick, see if it looks
Wow.
good, and then if I like it, I would get a tattoo. But then I thought to myself, what are the odds that I'm going to ever be involved with squid ink? The odds are like 0 to none. Like I would not get
Like,
anywhere near
can
squid
you
ink.
go to a tattoo artist and request a tattoo
With
with squid ink? Tattoo
I
with
don't
squid
know.
ink?
I have no
Is that a
idea.
thing?
Oh my
Maybe you
goodness.
should test that theory. Are you, I mean, have you been thinking about
No.
getting a tattoo for a while and you're
No,
like
no,
on the
no.
fence or?
I actually I have younger people that I know that want tattoos. When I was their age, I wanted a tattoo. I wanted like 3. And I knew
Mm,
exactly the 3 I wanted. I wanted one that was like a heart-shaped basketball
mm.
because I love basketball. I wanted one that was uh
Oh,
a
sweet.
heart and a crown that was around it because like me and my girlfriends we were like playing like we were the queen of hearts and queen of spades, queen of clubs, things like that. Like it was just something fun amongst us
I
four
love
ladies, queen of diamonds. So I wanted something like that. And then the last one I wanted I think was like my mom's name somewhere on me just to have it. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So I
nice.
wanted those things, but then like life and personal preference, I thought about it and I was like, well, it's pretty permanent. So I was like, maybe not,
Yeah,
and I didn't want it to like
right.
damage my skin or it was there was a lot of reasons why I didn't get it. And so now like I have younger people who are seriously considering getting tattoos and I'm just telling them like,
Hmm.
look, I was in your position. I considered all of the options. Like I understand that it could be addicting or whatever, but I didn't do it. Like if you want to do it and you're strong about it, like wait till you're a certain age. That way like you don't have to worry about what your parents think, what anybody thinks. Like you'll literally be an adult at that
Interesting.
point so you can make your own decisions. But at this point while you're still under a certain age, like under 18, then it's like
Hmm.
seriously like you can wait. You know what I mean? It's not the end all be all get a tattoo, but
So
that was just me.
funny.
So I was that's and then seeing that video I was like, well, like if I ever wanted a tattoo, like if I wanted to go back into that thought process and get one, I'd do it with squid ink because then it would be gone after a certain period of time and I'm like, well, I had it, it was cool, and now I don't have it no
Wow.
more.
That's really interesting because like that you said that it's better to wait until you're older and I feel like I tell myself like every year that I'm going to get a tattoo and then the year goes by and I don't. And then I get to the point where I'm like God, I'm like 41 and I like still don't have a tattoo. Like how weird is that? Like I feel like I'm the freak because I don't have any and like
I
no offense, but like
No,
it's
I
just
don't
what I
have
run
any
into
either. I
a
get
lot.
it.
Like someone has at least one or they have three or
Hmm.
they have a whole sleeve or they have it all over their back and I think in order to have that many or to have
Hmm.
that much done you have to start young. I mean you would have to start young at some point
Hmm.
and then just build on that. I mean because I would just be like going into the tattoo parlor and being like do my whole arm and my back today so it looks like I had this for a long time. Yes, I've been too much of a chicken to like get it done before that. And I like you I've had many thoughts and ideas of stuff that I wanted and I'm a big like I hear a song lyric and I want to tattoo that on my arm and then I panic because I'm like
It's
how
not that
cheesy is
cheesy.
that. I'm like there's ones where because I'm a writer like I see
Hmm.
writers with tattoos and they always have like the
Oh.
quill and I was thinking about getting that
Hmm.
like on my arm or something and but then I'm like how cliche like I always find a way to like talk myself out of it like don't be a cliche me don't be stupid like If it's all over Pinterest, it means it's been done. Like,
Mhm.
don't. So that's me. Like, I don't know. Maybe this year, maybe next year, we'll see. But I guess it's good. I took your
There you
advice
go.
inadvertently because I waited until my 40s to get a tattoo. So, like, it
I
may
mean,
happen soon.
listen, all right, you know, if you want, we could do this together. No, no, no. I take that back. I take that back. What I meant was
You're like, exactly. Don't commit to anything that you regret
what I meant
doing.
was um
Quitting.
no, what I meant was if you decide to get a tattoo, like when you're ready, just give me a call and I will physically be there with you over the phone.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. You would ask me. You'd have to be like in the car giving me a pep talk,
I
like
mean, I
on
can
the way
certainly
there.
try.
Like, you know, just keep your feet on the accelerator. Don't go home. Don't turn around and go home. Just keep driving in that
kind
direction.
so okay, you said you well, yeah, if you get a quill it's kind of cliche, but if you got like
Right?
I don't know, a pen. If you get a pen.
Like one of those
Yeah, why
fancy
not?
fountain pens. Maybe. That could
Yes.
be cool. Yeah. I wouldn't, because like a lot of those are like black and
Mhm.
white. A lot of the black and white
Yeah.
tattoos are like a thing, and like a lyric would just
Mhm.
be like black ink, and like the color. I've thought about the colored tattoos, but like I said, I don't know. You
Yeah.
get to thinking about it, and you're like, which one do I do first? Do I have to go 3 different times? If I get really tiny ones, can I do them all at
Well,
once?
yeah,
Like, I don't know.
I think
I don't know
it
how it works.
depends on how much you want to spend, the time,
Right.
and like what the
Mm.
artist is like willing to do for you at that when you're ready. So I don't think that I don't think I've ever heard of a person going to get like a long crazy tattoo and then like, you know, and then having to leave at a certain time. But like at the same
Hmm.
time I don't know cuz I'm not in that world. So I think that like if it's something like if it was
Exactly.
something super duper elaborate and it just took the artist a lot of time to do, then yeah, it would be broken up into certain increments, but it would still, you know, you'd still be able to get it done. But like if you want something little, like a few things little, then yeah, that shouldn't take very long. Just mattered about the monies.
It's just so funny. Like I treat it like a major surgery or something. Like I would have to schedule like a consultation with the tattoo
Exactly.
artist first, and be like, "This is what we're doing," and they make the little
Mhm.
marks or something on my body, and then I
There
go
you go.
back in a week. I just feel like that would
Yeah.
be okay. This is how we're doing it.
Oh man.
But that's just me. That's how my mind
Oh my
works.
goodness. So, should we talk about the solar eclipse?
Yes. Yeah, I think we should get on topic.
That was our topic?
That is
No. Was that our topic?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'd love to talk about your experiences with it and
Well,
mine.
you go first. You go first. Yeah.
Oh, well, I was going to say my lack of, well, because I live in a place where there was a lot of overcast at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So, and like people were really kind of disappointed that they couldn't see
Yeah.
it. So I kind of, instead of actually experiencing it in real time, because I think there was like a different eclipse. It wasn't the one, it wasn't this one, but there was one like a few years back that was like different. I forget. It was like in like 2017 or around that time. I remember there was one, like a smaller one or something.
Let's look it up. Let's
We'll look it up because, well, at the time I worked at an independent living
Okay.
community, and we had the folk hang out for like a party for the eclipse, and they made like glasses and stuff for it. And I was like, it wasn't that long ago. It was I worked there like 5 years ago. So it's fine if you can't find it or whatever. I listen to it, but
I'm looking. Last solar eclipse. Yeah, you're right. It was in 2017.
okay. So I'm not crazy. So then I feel like I kind of experienced it then. I see August 21st. Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
about right. That, not much happened, but it wasn't cloudy that day. So there was something actually did, it got darker and then it wasn't dark
Gotcha.
anymore. But then, like, I don't know. Yeah, this year was kind of a letdown. So I went online and was looking. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see, because people were posting pictures and stuff. And I was like, Nat Geo, like National Geographic, did their whole thing where they showed the whole thing and the sky going dark and the whole sun was covered and everything. And of course, they get like the really good footage of it.
Right.
And then other people like on the other side of my state, like they had like a red sky. It was just this crazy like red overcast sky with like a little tiny like sliver of the sun in it. So I thought that looked cool too. So I was like stealing other people's pictures and then like sending them to my friends who were like posting on Facebook like, that was lame. Like, that sucked. Like, what's the big deal? I'm like, well, apparently it looks a lot better if you live in a different state.
It's true. It's true.
Or a different country. So that's the only thing. I think it was like the hype. Yeah. It was hyped and then it was kind of meh for a lot of people, I think.
Yeah. So like, for me, my experience was basically like, I didn't have no glasses. I was at work, so I definitely didn't like, I wasn't really prepared for it. I knew that it was coming, but I wasn't like, yay, Eclipse, I wasn't following along with the hype of it. I wasn't following along with the people that were like, oh, we're gonna get superpowers. I was like, come on, like, you're not gonna get superpowers. Like, that's not gonna happen.
What?
Yes, there was definitely people who were out there like hoping to ascend and become, just like a super being. And I'm like, that's ridiculous, guys. But
do you get the power of blindness or something? Like, I don't know. Superpower, but you get.
I don't know.
Look directly at the sun and like lose all
sight,
lose all retinal.
It was okay for me. It was a really nice day where I'm at. It was really sunny where I live, and then all of a sudden, as the time was coming and people were telling me like, okay, it's happening now. Like it just started to get so cloudy, and then like. It was cold. It was so cold.
Oh,
and like my mom and my brothers, like we're in a group chat, and they were like, "Oh, it's dark down here." Like cuz they're down south. And they're like, "It's dark out here." They turned on the street lights. And I was like, "What?" And then I heard about people.
Oh, wow.
I heard about people who were like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to a certain state so I could see it, see it in a good way." And I was like, "You're gonna spend money to travel to another state to just look at something for 5 minutes? Like, it didn't even last that long. The whole thing didn't even last that long. We didn't even get complete totality or whatever the cuss. So I'm like, you're gonna go and travel and do what exactly?" So
no, I know that there was like a trailer on Hulu or something for some like event that they were gonna show, and I was like, for
ridiculous.
What? Like even the footage that Nat Geo got was like a bunch of little kids being like, "Look, mommy, look!" Like it was so loud, like the audio was like kids like screaming, like, "Oh my god, look at the sun!" Like, and it was like, shut up! I'm trying to watch the thing that's gonna happen for like 5 seconds and then go away.
Yeah,
and so I'm like, how do you even? I mean, I would have been annoyed if I had like packed a bag and got on a plane and got there and it was like boop boop and then over. Like, what a waste of time and money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was like,
I don't know.
I was like, this.
I like space and all, but
this was fine. I didn't have any glasses either, so like I really couldn't. I didn't want to go out there and look at anything, so I kind of like I went to the side of my job, like I came outside, obviously, and I went to the side of my job and I took a photo, and I was just like, boop, and then I looked at my photo and I was like, I don't really see much,
right?
And then I was getting photos from other people, and those looked a lot better than what I had, obviously. But like I couldn't tell. Like you could definitely tell that the sun was being covered because it looked weird. Like it wasn't like your normal sun going
Yeah.
down kind of darkness. It was just like it felt like the sun was kind of fighting to be shown for me where I was at. And so I took a picture of that and I sent it to my friend because I was like, this is what it looks like over here by me, but it still looks like the sun is out. It doesn't really look like the eclipse is happening though.
I think they even said that it was going to be weird, like there was going to be something off about it. But yeah, I mean, so many people around here are just like, I see nothing.
Right.
Like, I literally just see clouds when
Yeah.
I look up. And it's like, how do you even,
I know. Yeah.
like, how do you even get excited about? And that's why I didn't even go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when I got word that it was going to be cloudy
Yeah.
that day, I was like, oh, well, there's that. Like, there's no eclipse
I mean,
today.
it definitely
You know?
depended on where you were at the time of the eclipse because for us,
Yeah.
it was okay. Like I had a friend that actually had glasses and they were super excited about it. Went outside and they were like,
Yeah.
you know, recording their reactions throughout the whole thing on like Snapchat and sending it to me, and I was just like, it literally went from the solar eclipse is
Yeah.
happening, oh, this is so crazy. You see them with the shades on, and then afterwards they're like, oh, this was lame. I was like, this is the perfect kind of like, you know, time
Right?
frame.
Like, complete letdown.
It's like the hype and then the drop.
That's what hype will do to you. You
Yeah.
know, it's like they get you all excited about something, and it's not even like my friend did this hilarious thing where she made like a playlist, a Spotify playlist and it was a bunch of songs with the word sun in it. Just every song that existed with the word sun. But you know what? You put them all together, there are a lot of really good songs with the word sun in them. And so it was more fun listening to the playlist than it was actually. I was like, oh yeah, I remember this song. This is a great song.
You have that playlist? You must.
I do.
Okay, come, give us the list.
Oh my god. Okay.
Share the list.
Well, how do I give?
give, come. Well, just pull it up and then you start saying what the title is. Let me see if I know these songs because.
Oh my god, some of them I don't know. Well,
oh, Mr. Sun,
called the Solar Eclipse playlist. Well, okay, so the first one probably not, but really old band called the Velvet Underground, and the song is "Who Loves the Sun." And then there's "Steal My Sunshine" from Len. Do you know that song where it's like,
I don't think so.
You steal my sunshine. It's from the 90s. Okay.
I'd have to listen to it. I don't think I know that one, no.
The song "The Sun" from Portugal the Man. So I don't know, it's not one of their hits, but there's "Soak Up the Sun."
Oh yes,
the Sheryl Crow song.
Is that the one that's like, I'm gonna soak up the sun? Okay.
Yeah. It's so funny because a lot of these songs I'm just realizing are from like the 80s.
Of course,
and 90s.
because no one sings about the sun anymore.
Oh my god, you have to know. Ain't no sunshine, which is gone.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's on here. Okay. Black Hole Sun from Soundgarden. Won't you come? Another 90s jam.
No.
Oh, all right. Then there's House of the Rising Sun, which is like from the 60s, like an animal. Paint It Black from the Rolling Stones. I don't know why that's on here.
Oh, I know that song. I played that on Guitar Hero once.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Oh, I played that on Guitar Hero too. That's a really fun. You know what? My husband like memorized that on Guitar Hero. It was like the one song that he learned.
I love Guitar Hero.
That's so funny. Yeah, just lots of Back to Black by Amy Winehouse.
Yep.
I didn't even notice that one.
What about
go ahead. It's probably not.
Is Here Comes the Sun not on there?
It should be.
Come on.
Okay. So now, yes, missed opportunity.
Shame.
I guess I'll tell her. I know. And there's this song from the 80s called "Sunglasses at Night." I think
I think I've heard that one. I wear my sunglasses at night. Yo, I get so.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. Go. Yeah. So that's the kind of stuff that's on here. So I'm just like jamming out to this playlist.
The playlist is dope, but it's missing Here Comes the Sun. How rude. Tell your friend.
I don't know.
No.
I will.
If your friend listens to this episode, I'm talking to you directly right now. How you gonna miss one of the biggest songs of my childhood? Here Comes the Sun?
No,
Come on.
It's a Beatles song too. Everybody loves the Beatles.
Everybody loves the Beatles.
Oh wow, yeah, we definitely could talk about
Shame.
that.
Shame on your friend.
Yes, I will let her know. I was surprised. That was actually one of my first thoughts when I was scrolling through it. I was like, "This is a great list. Where Here Comes the Sun?"
You know what I mean? Like,
because I guess the sun was going away technically.
Well, yeah, it's coming back. Here Comes the Sun.
It's coming back. That should have been the last song.
That should have been the last song
when it came back.
I mean,
that would have been a good
she has time to add it to the playlist, right? Like, it's a Spotify playlist. You could add songs. So, oh my goodness.
I mean, I should send it to you so you can hear the songs you don't know.
Yes, I would.
And then
I would love that. Thank you.
Get that little education of songs they don't play anymore on the radio.
Yeah, you know, sheesh.
They're too old. But no, that was my experience. Just listening to some tunes.
Wow, my experience.
Sending people pictures.
Yeah, I was alone. So that day it was what, Monday? Yeah, my coworkers were like doing a refresh of the showroom. So they had left to go and like do some outside errands and then come back. So they came. I was alone for most of it, and they were just like, they were like, "Oh, we were walking out of the store, and some lady was like, do you want to see? Do you want to see what's happening? I have my shades right here." And so they got to look, and I was like, "Dang it! I should have went out to the store and given a lady a random chance to help me see the sun."
Yeah, you would have made her day.
But it was fine. It didn't. I was fine. I was just.
Well, was it those 3D, those goofy like 3D glasses? Yeah.
Those. I'm pretty sure those are like overrated. I don't think they worked. But
I know you can like make your own from like a cereal box or something.
Seriously?
Something like that. You're supposed to like cut like little round things out from like the cardboard. It doesn't have to be a cereal box.
Dagnabbit.
Just some cardboard.
I could have made
and then own. But I mean that feels like effort and work. And then
we're not about that. We're not about effort and work.
I could just look at pictures on the internet.
Yeah, no.
Have the same experience.
I was gonna say something, and then I forgot.
That's the worst.
No. Let's see if I remember. We were talking about the sun. No, it's gone right now.
It's gone. Yeah, it'll come to you in 3 hours.
I know, right? Oh my gosh! I'm like, oh. I'm like,
yeah, and I'm always like,
oh, like Amy.
I remember now.
I remembered. Oh my goodness! But yeah, that was wild. It was just. I remember now. I was just surprised by how cold it got. I was so surprised. I was like,
did it get cold?
It did. Well, you didn't come outside,
wow.
So
I didn't. See, that's the one thing I missed was going. Oof.
It was cold.
It's cold out here now.
Like when I went out to take the picture, I was like, "Ooh, it's cold." And the bookkeeper that I work closely with at my job, she said she was outside, like sitting in the sun, waiting for the eclipse to happen. She had her glasses ready. She was just outside. It was really nice out. And then when the eclipse happened, she was like, I had to go put on a blanket or a sweater because it was so cold. And I was like, yeah, it was really cold. I guess, having the sun is really important because it just, it's like even for those few minutes, it was like really, really cold. And I live by the water, so it made it even 10 times colder. I felt like I was just like, oh, it's cold out here.
That's funny because I probably did feel it, and I just thought like when the heat came back, I was just like having a hot flash or something. What is that? I'm always because I'm all over the place now with temperature. Like I'm either freezing cold or hot. So it's like I know. So it's like I probably did feel that, and I was like, "Damn it!" Again for no reason. No reason at all. It's not because the sun is behind something. There's no heat on planet Earth for 2 minutes. It's me. It's me and my hormones.
That was your superpowers.
Yes. You become menopausal. You stare at the sun.
Oh man. No.
Anyway, the jury's still out on that anyway. Like, that's just what I think is
You
happening.
think our
I
powers
don't have like an official diagnosis or anything.
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't want to go like totally off a tangent, but they're weird about it. You know, like you get to a certain age and they're like, you're like, is it that? And they're like, maybe, we don't know. And it's like, wow, that's so helpful. Thank you.
Doctors.
So you have that to look forward to. Sorry.
No, thank you. Oh my goodness.
Just
unsubscribe.
Saying. You got some time, but I'm just saying when it happens and you're like, something's not right here, and they're like, what do you mean?
Here's the return. I'm done. Thank you.
All these things you're experiencing are perfectly normal.
Normal.
Right?
No.
Ugh.
It's like
anyway.
It's in our food. It's like in our food.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, the solar eclipse was a bust, in my opinion. It was a bust.
Yeah.
But the other thing, like, because, like, yeah, the last time we had a solar eclipse was 2017, and the way that like the media and the science and all that, they say, oh, it's not gonna come again. Like this, you'll never see this opportunity again for another 100 years, and I'm like,
it just
okay, but it just happened 7 years ago. Like,
yeah.
What?
Yeah. So that's why I was confused, because I know that they made a big deal. Like there was this 100-year-old man or something who like has seen every single one, and he's like, I've only seen 13 of these, and I'm like, how? What? There's only been 13 in the last 100 years?
That's crazy.
Okay.
The odds of that is wild.
The scientists are smarter than me. I don't know.
Sure.
That's all I'm going to say.
Sure, they're smarter than us.
They know more than I do. They know more. Somehow they figured it all out. That's all I'm going to
say. I'm with you on that front. I'm like,
somehow. And they have it written down somewhere, and they're just not sharing it.
Probably.
Anyway.
Just like they have the cures to certain things, and they're just like, yeah, no, keep taking this medicine. Sure.
That's what I was leaning towards.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
They have all the intel. And they're like, you don't know that? You don't know that there's only this? And it's like,
listen,
you don't tell us. So
how are we supposed to know? Exactly.
Oh my god.
Exactly. Oh my goodness.
Ugh.
Oh, my cheeks hurt.
Yeah, same.
I'm laughing so hard.
Right?
Oh my goodness.
My eyes are watering.
Oh.
So
yeah.
So should we talk about? But I did see some movies recently, so I thought I could tell you about them, or I could recommend them to you, or tell you
they're not worth watching.
Well, no, you know what? The ones I saw mostly were. I saw them because they won awards, so I was like, okay, well, I should see.
You watch like the award shows and stuff, like the Oscars, the Emmys, the Tonys, and all that.
Sometimes, not really, not too often. Like sometimes I just feel like a waste of time. I could be watching something else, you know. But I mean, sometimes, you know, if I think it's something cool or someone I like is going to be hosting or something, maybe I'll watch it. But like, no, these were like award-winning movies, so I just, you know, and like, you know, Hulu and Netflix are always like recommending them to me for that reason. So I'm just like, okay, well, there was one that I really wanted to see, and I'm glad I saw it, which is American Fiction, which I actually highly recommend that movie, if you can.
What's that one about?
Access to it, but it is this amazing story about a Black author who was trying to break into the industry, and he was finding it really difficult because he felt like he had to be a certain way, like he had to like dumb down his intelligence and like change his personality in order to be the kind of persona that they needed him to have to sell his books. So I don't want to give it away, but he did just that, and catapulted to stardom like overnight because he did that. He took on like
Wow.
a pseudonym and pretended to be someone he wasn't. And it's based on a book that someone wrote
Mm-hmm.
that's based on their true life story. So anyway, amazing, like for me
Huh.
as a writer to see that, and like because I know that like things
Yeah.
can be touch and go in the publishing industry. Like I'll just tell you right now, like nobody is ever really doing what they say they're doing. They're always doing whatever they have to do to sell their books.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
So
Okay.
great, great,
Okay.
great, great movie. Um, the
Okay.
Holdovers. I don't know if you heard of that one, with Paul Giamatti.
Mm. Maybe. I
Okay,
like
I
Paul.
love
Like I've
Paul. Oh my
seen him
god.
in My Big Fat Writer, My Big Fat Liar.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my god, I love Paul Giamatti. Like he's great. But
Yeah.
he plays like a teacher who gets stuck watching these kids at like a boarding school over Christmas break because their parents don't want them basically. And that's why they're called the
Oh
Holdovers.
no.
Uh, Everyone else got to
Mm.
go on. It's set during the Vietnam War, so like a bunch of kids were like
Mm-hmm.
dying too at the same time, and it was like, yeah, it's crazy, and also
Oh my
really
goodness.
good, like really really good movie because I just really liked him in it. I thought he was just like this amazing like character, and you really feel for
Mm-hmm.
those kids. I mean, and you feel for everyone
Of
involved. So,
course.
and then the last one I
Okay.
saw was called Poor Things. I don't know if I could recommend that to anyone. It's kind of it's like okay, if you like artsy fartsy movies that are totally crazy and
Yeah.
off the wall and deal with really like uncomfortable. I'm telling you, like I'm almost embarrassed talking to you about it now, like thinking about what's in it, but like just really really embarrassing
Well,
stuff. Um, it's rated R, so I'm just going to
I've
say that there's
definitely.
stuff in it that makes it rated R.
Yeah.
Um, so like I'm
Okay.
just saying, if anyone's listening or whatever doesn't is that they're not their jam, don't watch this movie. Do not watch it. Um, but Emma Stone's
Okay.
amazing. She's like really good in it.
She got her
Yeah,
Oscar for
she
it.
earned that Oscar. She
Hmm.
earned it. I'm not.
Yeah.
She did backflips in that movie to get that Oscar. That's all I'm gonna say.
Like literally or
Both.
figuratively?
I'm sorry. That's the best way I can describe it for you. Literal and figurative
Listen, okay.
backflips to get that Oscar.
I have I have heard of I have heard of uh the I've heard of
Okay.
Poor Things. And it's been like on my Hulu cuz it's just like Poor Things is on Hulu. Poor Things is on Hulu. And because of this whole like merge between Hulu and Disney Plus, I'm just kind of
Mm.
like I'm like
Mm-hmm.
shocked, you know, because I heard that she
Mm-hmm.
won an award. I heard of like I saw on Twitter like some of the scenes that she did was like really like woo, and I want to see this movie because I love Emma
Yeah.
Stone. Like she is one of my favorite
Oh yeah.
actresses. She's so funny and she's so versatile. It's amazing. Like I know that I want to see the movie. I just
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
not
yeah.
enough time in the world, but for you just to do simple things, and so like for me to think I'm like okay she did what in what and it's on Disney Plus. Like Disney Plus I thought was supposed
Yeah,
to be like
no.
family oriented, it's supposed to be you know
I
kid
know.
friendly, but now they're merging all of these shows on there and I'm like this is not Disney
No.
appropriate.
I
Why would
know.
you do that?
I didn't even know that was
you know,
a possibility that that might show up on Disney Plus. That's a
yes,
little terrifying
yes,
to me.
because
I'm just saying.
there was a there was a what's it called, like there's ads and stuff about how it's merged and you could see Poor Things
Wow.
as a picture out of like because they merged all the shows because like Abbott Elementary's on there,
Yes.
which
Yeah,
I
that's a
love
great
Abbott
show.
Elementary, but which is it's a fine show to be
Yeah.
on Disney Plus, that's great, but like I don't know, I feel like as soon as that happened it opened the door to all these Fox the not Fox,
Yeah,
FXX type
yeah,
shows, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, now these parents are already like up in arms about certain movies and TV shows
yes.
as it is, but to merge
It's so
a Disney
risky.
Plus where kids
That's
can
so risky. Yeah.
easily just click on it, that is crazy to me.
No, I know.
So,
There should be some sort of block.
ugh,
Like there's that yeah, that shouldn't be accessible to Disney Plus at all. Like that particular, specifically for
no.
the reasons you probably know already.
So,
Plus,
yeah,
it's like
I'm
a
just like,
horror
yeah,
movie.
I
That
want to see
movie,
poor
I mean,
things.
I kept describing it to my husband as steampunk horror because that was like the
Really?
vibe, like the mix of genres happening was like like you if you plan on watching it, you'll know what I mean. Like within the first season, you'll know what I mean by horror.
Okay.
Like stuff happens.
Okay.
Weird stuff happens. I don't like to
Weird
spoil
stuff
things for people, so
happens.
that's what we get.
I appreciate that. I don't mind being spoiled because I most like sometimes I spoil things for myself. The other day or the week that I was away, like I went on a trip. Um I I was watching this movie. Well, my mom, she was like ironing and getting herself ready for the party that we were going to go to, and she put on the TV because now she watches TV, so that's good. I mean, not now, but like she's been watching TV. The point is, she put on the TV this movie called Greta, and it had oh, what's her name? That girl from Kick Ass,
Oh
the
man,
little
what is her
girl.
name?
What's her name? Um,
Yeah, I was gonna
all
say
right,
which
I'm
one
just
of
gonna
us is gonna.
look it up real quick.
Someone's listening to this and going, "You idiots! Don't you know her name?"
Hey, hey, hey. Chloe
Okay.
Grace Moretz. Yeah,
Mm,
it's got her in there. And so we're sitting there. I'm watching this movie, and like, it's not. I don't see it from the beginning. I'm watching it from like midway,
mm,
and um, so I'm sitting there. I'm watching it. I'm like this. I'm like, what is this movie called?
mm,
And it's called Greta. I'm like, okay, is she Greta? Is
mm.
Chloe Moretz Greta? No, she's not Greta. So I'm like, okay, who is Greta? This okay. It turns out to be this like older woman who is
Right.
crazy, basically. And wait, why did I even start talking about
Because
this
I said the other
movie?
movie was horror, and then I didn't want to spoil it.
Oh yeah. So 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 yeah.
I,
Thank you for remembering that. I we were watching it and I knew we had to leave soon, so basically I I just looked it up before it finished and I was like, okay, great. Now I know what's supposed to happen. And I watched it up until I couldn't watch no more
mm,
because we had to leave. But I don't, the
right.
point is, I don't mind being spoiled. That's my
Okay.
point.
Well, I'll tell you then. He's like the one of the characters is like a mad scientist type.
Okay, yeah.
So it's almost he does like a sort of a Frankenstein thing.
Oh,
Yeah, with
okay.
his like pets, and he also does like a Frankenstein thing with his own face. Yeah, uh, you'll see. I think
Okay.
you should just watch a movie. And like I said, full disclosure,
I,
like I said, it's there's I think you know, but
yeah, of
it's good.
course.
I mean, it's art.
We'll do
Can we call
this,
it art
okay?
and
I'll
say
watch it
okay?
before we record our next episode, and then I'll give my thoughts, maybe. I'll do my best.
Oh man.
I'm
Okay, if we're still friends.
like, how dare you? No.
Why did I watch
No,
this?
it should be fine. I should be fine.
So ended.
I'll try to get that.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, I got all that out there.
Okay.
I did my homework, my movie homework.
Let's see. I don't even know
Share.
the last few movies I watched. Uh, yeah. No, they weren't award winning. They were mostly um just things I either seen or haven't seen maybe. Like I think literally
Mhm.
on Saturday while I was in my sickness I started to watch Despicable Me, so
Oh man. I mean,
Yeah.
I watched like Happy Gilmore recently just
Oh,
because
that's a good one.
yeah, and
That's a good
because
one.
well, I don't know if you know Joe Flaherty died, the guy who's like, "You will not make this putt, you jackass." That guy.
Yeah, yeah, I did see that. I did see that.
And so I think it was trending, and I think
Uh,
it's trending too because I think they're making a sequel
oh,
finally after
really?
like 25 years.
Oh my
Yeah, I don't know.
gosh.
I think Drew Barrymore is going to be in it, even though she wasn't in the first one. I know because they're like friends.
Well, they have, hold on, time out. they have they have enough movies together, don't
I don't
they?
know.
Like
I don't know.
they're in The Wedding Singer, they're
Right.
in 51st Dates,
Yep.
they're
Yep.
in Blended. Um, what
All
el-
right. Well,
what else? Now I have to look
many
it up.
others.
But but she wasn't. Why? she, she,
I
she
don't know because she's like, I want to be in this, and I'm Drew Barrymore. Make it happen. I guess.
That's unbelievable. Why? Oh my gosh.
Maybe they couldn't get the original like chick that was in the first one,
Really?
and then she's gonna step in or something. I don't know. Like I said, I should really look at it up instead of just being like, oh, they're making a sequel.
Oh my
But that's
goodness.
yeah. I assume I thought she mentioned that she was gonna be in it or something on
I
her like
mean, I don't know.
social media or I don't know, or she's playing it
Uh,
because they're like buddies. I think that like in real life they're like buddies. So
yeah, yeah.
because I feel like Adam Sandler is like friends with everybody. Like I think that's just his thing. He's just
Yeah.
he's just like no one hates him. Everyone likes
I,
him.
I guess so. I mean, I honestly like when it comes to Adam Sandler, I always think about like I like, I would love to be friends with Adam Sandler. He puts his friends
Right.
on. Like all of his friends are in a lot
Yeah.
of movies, and then they got to do other things and be other places and be in other acting chops. They got to show off the acting chops. So yeah, I would love to be Adam Sandler's friend. Just like for me, I'm the type of fan that likes to see consistency and continuity. So like for
Right.
for her to be in this next
He
this
just shows up.
Happy Gilmore 2, and she just shows up as like a new love interest. I'm just kind of like, well, they all I'd have to say is they'd better have a really really good excuse as to why
Right.
the other girl is not there. Like if
Right.
because the way that Happy Gilmore
Yeah.
starts is he was in a relationship and they break up, and then he gets into this other
Yeah.
relationship by the end of it. So I'm like, is that just going to be the
Yeah.
theme? You're going to do another Happy Gilmore and just break up with Drew Barrymore? I don't think so. We would kill his ass if he broke up with Drew Barrymore.
Right.
you know what I mean?
The third one. Like in the
Shucks.
beginning she's screaming at him that he's a loser. Like this guy can't win. Can't do
Amy,
anything.
listen, okay? This man plays the same character in almost all of
I
his
know.
movies. So it's like
I know.
I just he gets fine women to be his wife or his girlfriend or his love interest, and he plays the exact same
Yeah.
character. Long ass shirt and shorts. He's doing some kind of sport.
I don't know if you noticed, but like a lot of the movies, not all of them, but like a lot of the movies, the love interest, all their names start with V, or like they're both initials are V.
Really?
Like I think in Waterboy it's Vicky Vandercourt because he says it a lot, and then in Happy Gilmore it's no in Billy Madison it's Veronica Vaughn. I remember that because he's like that Veronica Vaughn
Oh
or
my
something.
gosh, no
And
way.
then in Happy Gilmore it's Virginia Venet because I just watched it, so that's how I know. Yeah, so I don't know what he was doing with that, but
What?
I don't know why I know these things.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
they all have the same initials, so it's like
He's
I
got.
don't know.
Yeah, someone said 3 years ago. Ever notice all the double V names in Adam Sandler movies? There's a lot. There's his love interest, Violet Valentine, a callback to
Oh,
Sandler's '90s trend to give his romantic interest double V initials, Veronica Vaughn. Billy Madison, like you said, Virginia Bennett in Happy Gilmore, Vicky Valancourt in The Waterboy. What?
Yeah.
I never noticed that. I mean, I guess I'm not really a fan.
It's okay. You can squeak by it. No, I had forgotten until I watched Happy Gilmore again, and I was like, Virginia Bennett. Oh right, all of names.
That's
Why is that?
crazy.
I wish he would give a reason. That would be cool. If you're like, well,
I mean,
I have no idea what it would be. But...
wow. Well, there's in Little Nicky, Valerie Varan. In Pixels, Violet Van Patten. And in Hubie Halloween, Violet Valentine.
Yeah. Oh my god, I watched that movie recently.
You did? I want to see it. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, I was surprised it was funny. I think there were moments when I was like, oh god. Because he's got, in my opinion, like if we're doing the Adam Sandler thing, like I feel like he's got his upper echelon movies that are just like chef's kiss, and then he's got his movies that are and then he's got the stuff that's like scraping the bottom of the barrel.
Gotcha.
But I'll still watch them. They're still cute and funny, but they're as far as movies, they're not
that great. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. I think my favorite Adam Sandler movie has to be The Longest Yard. Like, it's one of the only ones where he doesn't have an immediate love interest. And it's got everything. Like, you laugh, you cry, and then you get excited and happy. And then you get kind of nervous, but for the most part,
all the emotions.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies that he does. All the other ones are, like I said, kind of the same, where he's like this, like grown-ups, like you know. The one I definitely did not like at all was when he did Jack and Jill.
Oh yeah,
I was like, that is a trash movie.
I tried watching that again, and I was like, no.
I barely got through the first one.
You're right.
Listeners, if you could see my face, the way that I was watching it, I was just like, huh? It was so cringe. It was so cringe. Oh my gosh. I hated it.
Well, if you want to really call yourself a fan, you have to see his like early stuff, like Deep Cut, when he was like playing someone in someone else's movie. Like there's the one that comes, there's Airheads.
Okay.
If you've never seen that one,
no.
He's friends with Brendan Fraser and Steve Buscemi, and they're in a metal band together.
Okay.
And they're trying to get their big break, and he's the drummer.
Cool.
And really young. You could look him up. And then there's this other movie that like I said, I'm old, so like when I used to watch this movie at Christmas time a lot when I was a kid. It's called Mixed Nuts.
Oh.
And actually, I swear to God, it's a movie. And it stars Steve Martin. Okay, that's how old this movie is. And
okay.
Him and Madeline Kahn's in it. Who else is in it? But anyway, so young. I think he might have been probably like 20 years old when he did this movie or something. Probably even like younger.
Okay.
And he plays this like eccentric. Oh my God, I can't even describe it to you. Like, you know how he does his like shtick, like almost like SNL Adam, where he's like Hollywood, you know, like that guy.
Yeah.
He's that guy through the whole movie.
Wow.
He's like, he plays a ukulele. He falls in love with the main like love interest.
Okay.
Who Steve Martin is also in love with, but Steve Martin's more her speed.
Okay.
And Adam just has like this huge crush, and he's just like this goofball. So like, there's no chance. He has no chance, you know, with her. But he writes a song for her.
Yeah.
On the ukulele. You could just imagine. Well, you know, he plays the ukulele in 51st Dates, but that was a much more serious song. This is more like a goofy, like he takes her name and he like rhymes it with a bunch of different stuff.
Wow.
But it's so cute. Like I used to watch that and like be like, oh my God, Adam Sandler, be my boyfriend. Like I just thought he was just so ridiculous and cute in that movie.
Mm.
And yeah, I have to say like high school celebrity crush. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
but yeah, if you ever, these are the weird movies that I've seen. If you ever,
Okay, so you said mixed nuts and deep cut. Okay.
Well,
All
no, mixed nuts. It's a deep. I call it a deep cut because it's like no one will find it. Mixed nuts and Airheads.
Okay. Mixed nuts, Airheads, Poor Things. Anything else I need to watch before our next recording?
I would love if you watched all those movies on the same day.
I don't have. No, I don't have the time.
It would just be really funny.
Yeah, I'm like, those movies do not jive at all together.
No. They're all very weird.
Well, this was good.
In their own way.
This was good. Do you have any other topics you'd like to talk about in our debut?
Probably, I don't know. We could probably save all that AI jazz for another day. I mean, there's just so much to say about it. But...
Okay. That's true. So that's like a little nod to what we'll talk about next. AI and
movies.
More movies.
If you watch any of those.
Both things. I watch both things. So yeah, like right now I have this app called TV Time, and so I typically put all my things that I want to watch on there. I have like all the shows I'm keeping up with, and then the movies on my watch next list. Right now I got Murder Mystery 2, another Adam Sandler movie. John Wick Chapter 4, Shazam, the newest one, Creed 3. I've got Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. I've got Amsterdam on here.
Oh, I need to see that too. I want to see them.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Oh, I saw that.
Venom.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I got a few things. Got a few things going on.
That Everything movie is good. You'll like it.
That's what I keep hearing. So I'll watch it at some point. Eventually.
Yes, it's on your list, but I just added something else to your list. So I did 3 movies.
Uh-oh.
Technically, I added 5 movies to your list.
You did what? I'm kidding. I know. I've got 2 Adam Sandler movies and then 3 award-winning movies. Yeah. I was gonna say, all right, y'all. What's coming up next is we don't know. Movies. There was something else we talked about, and we're like, all right, we'll save it for the next episode. AI, yes. I think I'm gonna try and download something so that we could talk to it and have it talk to us. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's coming up next, y'all.